Is there a secret agreement brewing between the United States and China regarding the future of Taiwan? This question is at the heart of recent geopolitical speculation. Recent high-level meetings between Washington and Beijing have fueled rumors of sensitive, potentially consequential discussions behind closed doors about the most volatile flashpoint in Asia, Taiwan. Tensions across the Taiwan Strait remain historically high. China asserts its claim over Taiwan, while the U.S. maintains a policy of strategic ambiguity, supplying defensive weapons to Taipei. The core idea is that the two global powers might be seeking a, quote, grand bargain, an informal, perhaps unwritten understanding to manage or de-escalate the Taiwan situation without a formal treaty. What would the United States aim to achieve in such a delicate negotiation? We can analyze potential goals based on current policy priorities. A primary objective for the U.S. would be de-escalation, ensuring China avoids any immediate military action and maintaining the current cross-strait status quo for the foreseeable future. The stability of global trade and supply chains, particularly semiconductors from Taiwan, is crucial. Any deal would likely seek assurances against disruptions that could crash the global economy. The U.S. has clear red lines, mainly preserving Taiwan's de facto autonomy and its ability to determine its own future free from coercion. Any deal must respect the Taiwan Relations Act. China's goals in any secret talks would center on realizing its long-term political ambitions regarding Taiwan, but perhaps on a timeline that manages internal and external pressure. Beijing would certainly seek stronger, more explicit public and private guarantees from the U.S., reinforcing the One China principle and restricting high-level U.S. contact with Taiwanese officials. Another key aim would be a reduction or scaling back of U.S. military exercises, arms sales, and naval presence in the Taiwan Strait and the broader Asia-Pacific region. While China insists on reunification, they may be willing to discuss a non-military, extended timeline in exchange for U.S. concessions, demonstrating control to their domestic audience. Taiwan, though not a party to these rumored talks, remains the centerpiece, and its internal politics are critical to the cross-strait dynamic. For Taiwan, democratic self-determination is paramount. Any arrangement perceived as selling out Taiwan's future would be met with fierce public and political resistance on the island. A major concern in Taipei is being excluded from high-stakes decisions directly impacting their sovereignty and security, viewing any secret deal as illegitimate. Geopolitical experts are weighing in on the likelihood and implications of such a monumental agreement between the two global rivals. The consensus among many analysts is that a fully codified secret deal is unlikely, given the domestic political risks for both U.S. and Chinese leaders. Instead, they suggest a tacit, limited understanding is more plausible. Even a minor change in the U.S.-China relationship regarding Taiwan could have massive consequences for regional security, potentially altering the military balance and encouraging other territorial claims. The reaction of regional allies like Japan and South Korea is critical. They rely on U.S. presence for security and would be deeply concerned by any deal perceived as weakening American resolve or regional stability. The complex relationship between the U.S., China, and Taiwan demands continuous, careful diplomacy to prevent conflict. Cross-strait relations remain fundamentally fragile. While direct conflict is not inevitable, the risks remain high, especially concerning Taiwan's increased political visibility. We must closely watch all diplomatic overtures, military movements, and political changes in Taipei, Beijing, and Washington, as these will define the future of the Taiwan Strait and regional peace.